The impetus for creating this program simply, I want more students in the School of Education at the University of Pittsburgh from our surrounding communities. I want to increase racial justice, equity, diversity, but I also want to provide students with opportunities to think about ways of surviving and thriving in the world through education, to opportunities to think deeply about who they are, who they want to be, and who they might become if we cultivate their genius, if we understand that learning is full of joy, and if we also understand that we do this work with and through love. And hence we get to a place like Genius, Joy, and Love. And I call it a place as well as a movement, as well as an initiative to revolutionize education, not just in this city and region, but across the world.
Dean Kinlock came to me and said, what are your thoughts about this? Have you seen other programs similar? What are some ways we might engage students? And I was, honored to be asked to participate and really anxious to dive in and think about the ways that we might engage the scholars that came to us.
In order for a Genius, Joy, and Love to happen, you have to have extremely supportive people. We have partners in the district. We have Pittsburgh Public Schools as an example, and Superintendent Dr. Wayne Walters, who is instrumental in ensuring that Genius, Joy, Love actually happens. I'm very thankful for William and Debbie Demchak for supporting this program and providing funding, but I'm more thankful for them for being able to hear my vision and to actually want the same for other people in communities.
We spent 3 sessions with about 20 educators of color where I was listening and learning about what our kids really needed to live their best life in the classroom and to hopefully ask them to pursue education as a field for themselves once they would leave high school. And so after those few sessions, I came home and I said to my husband, this is what we have to do. We have to figure out how to inspire kids to go into teaching.
I think it's important for Pittsburgh Public Schools in a district that's majority students of color to actually visualize what they see is what they'll be. Our students who went through this experience can become game changers and really kind of shape the culture and the design and the potential of having more students see teachers that look like them.
The Children's Museum of Pittsburgh has been connected to the University of Pittsburgh School of Education for quite a while. We've been invested in an ongoing partnership around how we can see research and design and professional development coming together to really support our community with a focus on equity and justice.
There are educators of color, but so few that it doesn't match the representation of the children that are being educated there.
I think it's important that every school district should aspire to have more teachers of color so that they can visualize what the hope is. And a lot of students have not had that experience. We need them to know that not only do we want them as teachers, but more importantly that we're invested in them. We want to see them successful, we want to support them, we want to mentor them, we want to grow them so that they come back and be not just educators of color, but quality, highly qualified educators of color.
For Pitt to be involved, it really shows that not only is Pitt saying the things that need to be said, we're actually walking it out.
Receiving this Partnership of Distinction Award, I'm surprised. And I'm gonna say that.
When the email came across, I had to read it twice and think like, wait, why do we want this?
We certainly don't do it for awards, but partnership is critical because we can't do this work alone.
Getting this award is not a University of Pittsburgh School of Education award. It is an US award. It's a Genius, Joy, and Love award. It is the 14 students who came every single day this summer and said, I'm not sure what I'm getting into, but I am here. And then at the very end, for them to say that this program has fundamentally changed how I think about myself as a possible teacher and a human being. The partners are important, and the students are even more important. And I think together we can change how we talk about education in this city in particular.
I remember one student, he was like, man, y'all got me really wanting to be a teacher. And that was like, wow, like that was just so beautiful for him to recognize and see in that moment.
We had so many people saying, I've never been so excited to go back to school when it's still July.
I think in 5 years from now, we would hope that those seniors who entered undergraduate programming this year are out in the field, right? They're either student teaching in Pittsburgh Public Schools or they're starting their career there. And that's hugely impactful.
I feel so hopeful that, just moving the needle marginally on more educators of color will have a lasting impact on our kids, on our school system, on our region, and I think that the wrap that is being put around the kids here is life-changing.